there, everybody. Thought I'd share a little bit about my martial arts stuff tonight. Now, I started my training over 30 years ago, put in about 15 years being enrolled somewhere in a class, and as a result, I've got a lot of stuff. Okay. Well, the reason I got all that stuff on the floor like this is I'm packing it all up to take to storage, and so I don't know how long it'll be before I get a chance to take it out and use it again. So I thought I'd take a moment to share a little bit about it with you guys. Now, when I was 12 years old, I started out in Taekwondo, a good karate for kids kind of a program. And got my second degree black belt. I was really wanting to be an instructor and all that stuff, but then I found out there's more stuff out there. I ended up in Kempo Wushu for a couple of years, training with somebody at his house. And he told me that if you really want to get to the root of the martial arts, then you should go to a Shaolin school. So I got lucky and I found a traditional Shaolin Kung Fu school in Denver. Now when you meet somebody that trains at our school in Denver, a lot of times you're going to see these type of weapons in the corner by their door. The Kempo teacher introduced me to the long staff there, the one with the red tip on it, but when you go to Shaolin, that's the first weapon you're going to see. And then later on you'll see the short staff, and this one, 3/4, we call that a dragon cane, and then this is one you see at black belt. So I got a couple of odds and ends here, like the canes I inherited, right? So anyway, seeing those are a typical sign that you might have a Shaolin black belt on hand. And so that'd be fun to chat a little bit about each of these quickly. And again, I hope I can get these out. Maybe we'll make a video demonstrating what some of these weapons can be used for. Now, first thing you see is the long staff, and then we go to this one. This is more like a long enough to be a walking cane. And then the next one would be the dragon cane that I mentioned earlier against the wall. So you get a good look at these type of weapons first, and then the spear over there, the next thing you might see is the spear without, that same staff is called the white waxwood staff. Oh, the Shaolin light rattan and white waxwood. So I like to think of this as advanced staff training, right? So the triple section staff. Now part of the reason I was attracted to the Shaolin martial arts is it's got some strange weapons, and it's got the animal styles and all that stuff. So these are called tiger hook swords, for example. Now these were made for field battle, so this is something you would train specifically for the fun of it and to know a little bit about martial history. And then this is actually a very practical one to learn, is the broadsword. So hopefully you start out with a wooden broadsword and then a single broadsword. Then you move on to double broadsword. Nice dragons on my sword. So these are made for practice, so they're not going to cut me. These are called Lung Chuan, made specially for practitioners. Now, as you become more advanced, so you should see your broadsword before your straight sword. This is a more advanced weapon. You're going to start with your wooden sword and then move on to a metallic type of sword. Of course, you gotta have nunchucks. Your Kung Fu's not complete without nunchucks. Now these just happen to be the first pair I bought. I think I joined the Shaolin Center in '95, around there. Bought these, put the tape on there so I'd have some grip, and unfortunately haven't changed the tape, so that goes to show you I've used these quite a bit. I've changed the string on these a couple times, but since we've added the parachute cord, I haven't had any need to change those. I bought these just because they look hardcore and barbaric, but I honestly don't like to train with those as much. Now, these aren't Shaolin. I got these to train the Philippine martial arts. But these are still cool. Think about it, they're not the most powerful thing. These are probably more something you'd keep around for training. If you really want to hit somebody, you might want something like this. Now, these are the weapons that Howard Clearlight made out of the driftwood. So just a really nice tapered staff here. So this is more of the Japanese orientation, like a kendo sword. This would be a bokken because it's a wooden sword. And this would have been a jo if it was a little bit longer, but it had a knot here, so it got broken. It's more of a walking cane now. It was meant to be a jo. So, yeah, a good friend of mine gave me these, so we've got a couple of nice bokken to train with. And now, the closest thing to the Japanese katana would be the Tai Chi broadsword. So, if you're a Shaolin student, you might want to get a bokken and use this as your wooden Tai Chi sword. That works just as well. And then here, this is part of the exotic Shaolin training that I love. So having a dart on the end of a chain, the other variety would be having a dart on the end of a rope. So that way, nice compact weapon that you can pull out and have some reach, right? I think that's the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what's here. The sai, we call them the sai, the iron cha. Now learning these is a good idea because this prepares you to use any kind of a knife. For example, here's a real knife, you guys. So training those traditional knives, what you call the dagger. The dagger. Okay. And here's a modern version. Same thing, only deadlier. So, yeah. I just happen to have this in my nice little collection here. So, one of the funny things I have in my collection I'd like to share is, probably wondering, what am I doing with this toy? Well, these make excellent training tools. So if you get a hold of something like this, or go into the Halloween store and get those big plastic knives, I think those are actually great training tools. So I'm going to hang on to this. Now, some of the stuff I have, I thought I'd point out over here, is this is to do with the iron bone training. So these have beans in them. Now, this one is filled with beans and it's designed so you hit your hand on it and it just helps you develop good iron palm. So you could use these type of bags for your conditioning, and these are some backup beans. This is what might be inside of those. Oh, what's funny is this video fell down. Frontline assembly, combat ready. So right onto my weapons collection. This is my old helmet and gloves and my shin pads from the Kung Fu class. Look at that, Front 242, all my military industrial music. So my weight vest and those rings, we use that as part of Pakwa, so those rings go on your wrists. So that way you help develop a sense of your center. Now, so anyways, some of the funny things I have over here. This is when you want to iron out your muscles. So a jump rope was a very good exercise tool. This is a Mukawara. This is meant to hit. You hit that and make yourself stronger. Some of my toys, this is for practicing what if somebody had a gun so we don't accidentally blow each other's face off, and a fake knife. And so this isn't like a baton that extends. So I'm keeping that with my modern stuff now. My teacher that taught me the Kuntao Silat system gave me those bricks to train with, and he's the one that talked me into buying this ugly thing. This is a cup for women. So that way he had me wear those in case I get hit in the you-know-what. Now, so after, so before I left Colorado, I spent a little time with a Kuntao Silat teacher, and he showed me a variety of things. And then I also had a chance to see a little bit of Aikido. But then when I went to Montana, I ended up at a Straight Blast gym, and so there I got some exposure to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo, which I think is really great training. And I'm just like, where have you been all my life? And I got some kickboxing training, and so by doing that, I ended up getting these and the shin pads. And so you need to wrap your hands before you put your gloves on, right? Well, these are the cheaters. And just for fun, I bought these so I have something to hit the bag outside. Now, I might keep my gloves out so I can take these to the gym, but I gotta find a way to pack all this stuff up and put it away. until I can get moved. So I thought it'd be fun to share some of my toys, you know, some of my tools. So I do think that martial arts training is fun and enjoyable, and you know, I used to train hard enough that I did get a black belt somewhere, but lately I haven't been that consistent and haven't really been training that much at all, so that's why I've become such a fat old black belt. Anyways, I do look forward to getting back to training more consistently in the future, and if I get a good place to train and some training partners, we could make some terrific videos and share some ideas. So I've trained some of the modern martial arts, I've trained some of the traditional martial arts, and I really think the best approach to martial arts training is just to look at what you really need for yourself. Like, you really don't need all these weapons and stuff. This is martial history. I mean, it doesn't hurt to add more to your toolbox by any means. However, I'm really interested in helping martial arts who, you know, you just want to make martial arts part of your life, but it doesn't need to be too extreme. I'd like to make more videos sharing some of my knowledge and ways to keep martial arts a part of your life and make your life interesting. So hope you enjoyed my video, and you guys have a good night. I'll talk to you next time.